Today, we're going to be talking about napalm. Napalm is a highly flammable and extremely volatile viscous liquid, with notable military applications. It is only banned for use against civilians, but it remains a choice for use against military targets. Its name comes from its original thickening agents of naphthic acid and palmitic acid. It became popular in use in military applications due to its ability to burn longer than gasoline, grow larger than a regular flame, stick to its targets, and have the ability to grow rapidly due to its self-sustained winds of up to 70 miles per hour.
What I'm saying is the planet's on fire!
Napalm is easy to make, and it has easily obtainable common ingredients. Napalm is not just a single compound, but it is rather a mixture of 3 different chemicals. These chemicals being octane, benzene, and polystyrene. And you mix octane with 33 parts, benzene with 21 parts, and polystyrene with 46 parts. And then the result is white, gelatinous, and highly flammable, and it is called Napalm B. And it being inexpensive and having ingredients that are so easy to obtain is the reason that napalm was widely adopted by militaries as an incendiary weapon.
Are you winning, son? Son?
Napalm, being a mixture and not a single chemical compound, has 3 reactions that occur at the same time. These reactions are the combustion of octane, the combustion of benzene, and the combustion of polystyrene. The combustion of octane can be described by the following equation. 2 molecules of liquid octane react with 25 molecules of oxygen gas to produce 16 molecules of carbon dioxide gas and 18 molecules of dihydrogen monoxide gas. The combustion of benzene can be described by this equation. 2 molecules of liquid benzene react with 15 molecules of oxygen gas to produce 12 molecules of carbon dioxide gas and 3 molecules of dihydrogen monoxide gas. The combustion of polystyrene can be described in this equation. 1 molecule of liquid styrene reacts with 9 molecules of oxygen gas to produce 8 molecules of carbon dioxide gas and 4 molecules of dihydrogen monoxide gas. All of these reactions are exothermic, and they release significant amounts of heat and light.
This moves 20 miles to the west, and you and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky. And your kids die too.
While napalm's primary reactions do not result in any toxic chemicals, it can have side reactions that do end up creating dangerous chemicals. The 2 dangerous chemicals it can create are carbon monoxide and styrene, both from the combustion of polystyrene. The chemical formula for styrene is C8H8, which is notably the same as polystyrene. The only chemical difference between the two is that polystyrene is a solid polymer, while styrene is a liquid monomer. The way that styrene is produced during the combustion of polystyrene is by a styrene section of polystyrene getting loose from the chain. It then becomes a clear, odorless liquid that is extremely toxic. It causes acute and temporary issues of eye irritation, interference with breathing by causing mucous membranes to work less effectively in the lungs, and gastrointestinal issues. It may also cause chronic health issues such as headaches, fatigue, weakness, depression, hearing loss, and damage to the nervous system, particularly to the nerves around the brainstem. Exposure to styrene for longer periods of time also increases your chance of developing cancer.
The formula for carbon monoxide is CO. Carbon monoxide is produced during the combustion of napalm. This is because the combustion of napalm deoxygenates the air so quickly that it forms carbon monoxide rather than carbon dioxide. In fact, after napalm combusts, up to 20% of the air in the surrounding area may have high concentrations of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide poisoning can cause fatigue and chest pain at low concentrations. At moderate concentrations, it may cause angina, which is a heart muscle not receiving enough oxygen-rich blood, impaired vision, reduced brain function, and at high concentrations, it may cause impaired coordination, dizziness, headaches, confusion, nausea, temporary flu-like symptoms, and at very high concentrations of carbon monoxide, they can be fatal.
Having such dangerous properties, it is important to be safe and cautious when working with napalm. You should only use small quantities of napalm. You should have fire retardant ready to use. You should wear a ventilator and safety goggles. You should cover as much skin as possible, preferably with tough clothing, such as jeans, boots, and a jacket. You should also keep a safe distance from the napalm and make sure that any combustible materials are also a safe distance away. To go along with this, don't use napalm in your backyard. Finally, only work with napalm if you must. It is a highly dangerous and volatile material that can very well be deadly if not handled well. There are plenty of videos and research papers on napalm for your consumption on the internet.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory.
Napalm has numerous impacts, with its strongest two being on the environment and on culture. In terms of environmental impacts, it releases a significant amount of carbon dioxide due to it being made from organic chemicals that release carbon while burning. The carbon bonds to oxygen, creating carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the leading molecule of global warming, as it adds to the greenhouse effect, and is also the most widely polluted chemical by far. Napalm's mass use in wars has added a lot of carbon dioxide to the air, though maybe not as much as other sources of pollution. In terms of cultural impact, napalm was used to vilify the Vietnam War. It was particularly used as a display of industrialized warfare. The company that primarily made napalm, the Dow Chemical Company, was targeted often by protests and strikes to stop or at least slow the creation of napalm. Napalm also played a huge role in shaping Vietnam's culture after the war, with it having wiped out so much as well as being a source of trauma for so many.